Hey guys, welcome back to the 6th episode of this Java tutorial. And in this episode, I'm just going to start out and just clarify some things about comments and going to teach you about arrays. So in Java, this is something that a lot of people say that they wish they'd have been taught when they were a beginner. And so I think it's a good idea to put this near the start of the tutorial videos. And that's the idea of the concept of comments. So in Java you have two different types of comments, but what are comments? So say you're writing code, you're going about happily writing your code, but then there's something, you want to write something in the document that you don't want to execute. You don't want the compiler to look at it. What you can do is you can comment it out. So it's called a comment because basically it's like writing a little comment on the side of your code. So these here, this is a comment, this is a comment, this is a comment. All of this stuff here, by the way, is just automatically been generated by NetBeans, so I don't actually need any of this. It's kind of unnecessary. The code runs fine without it. And let's clean that up too. But yeah, so if you've got single line comments, which is 2 forward slashes, and you can write, this is a comment. And then you can do multi-line comments, which is what you said before, which was these sort of, this is a multi-line comment. This is another line. You get the idea. You can do single line, multi-line. If I run this, nothing will happen. Even if it's code, even if I write system.line hello, it won't run. But what I can do in NetBeans and in quite a number of IDEs, if you highlight a comment and then do control backslash. Oh, this only works on single line comments, it seems. Alright, well let's copy this to a single line comment and delete that. Is you can highlight what you've written, do control forward slash, and it will uncomment it, do the same, or comment it again. So say I just want to comment everything, just do control A to select all, then control slash. That will comment everything out. And then as you see, we'll say hello if I do it. Alright, that's enough on comments. Let's talk about arrays. So, what are arrays? So, say you have a number of things that you want to keep organized, you want to keep them all together. For example, let's say you have a bunch of fruit and you want to keep them all together in one variable. Well, you can do string apple equals apple. You could do that. You could make a bunch of strings, but then then they're all separate, so that kind of defeats the point. So what if you just want string fruit and you want to have multiple fruits in your fruit variable? Well, what you can do is you can use your little square brackets here, turn this string into an array of strings, and then you just got to say equals, and then you do the curly brackets here, and inside those, let's say it's apple. I should say fruits, even though I know the plural is fruit, but it will make things easier down the track if we just put an S, even though it's not really supposed to be. Banana, grapes, that's not fruit. What are you talking about? What's the fruit? Watermelon. Watermelon. Strawberries. So now we have a bunch of fruit, all kept in this one fruit variable. That's great. So let's use it then, shall we? System.out.println fruits. This is gonna work, isn't it? Oh, that's what it prints out. Ooh, yeah. So this isn't really a straightforward, you can just print it out kind of thing. This is a bit more complicated. So remember for loops from last episode? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strings in our array. So let's do for int I equals 0, I is less than 5, plus plus. This is one way of doing it. I'll show you an even better way. System.out.println, and then let's do fruits, and then remember those square brackets, we're using them again, and then we're going to put I in there, because remember I gets increased by 1 each time, and yes, you can actually use I inside the for loop. I is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, or actually 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 each time. Here's an interesting thing. If you've never done programming before, this will strike you as a bit weird, but in programming, we count from 0. We don't count from 1, we count from 0. So apple is not the first thing, it's the 0th thing. Banana is the first thing, grapes is second, third, fourth. You get the idea. So it's actually going to be, because it starts at 0, it's going to go apple for 0. This will print everything. Apple, banana, grapes, watermelon, strawberries. Alright? So now I'll show you an even better way of doing it. This only really works for arrays and for other things that are similar to arrays. But you can use your for loop a little bit differently. You can do for string fruit. So we're creating a new string called fruit, and then we're saying for each fruit in fruits. So remember, fruits is all these. What this does is it goes through, and each time it sets fruit to one of these. So the first time it goes around, its fruit is equal to apple, then it's banana, then it's grapes, watermelon, strawberries. Then if we want to do system.out println fruit, this will do the same thing as what we did before with our other for loop. Apple, grapes, bananas, watermelon, strawberries. Just that's a much easier, more easy to read, simpler, easy to remember way of doing it all. I prefer doing it that way. Oh yeah, what else is there to do with arrays? Alright, so say we want to change something. Instead of grapes, let's say we want, I don't know, cherries, let's say. Well, then we have to do fruits, and then remember it's 0, 1, 2. Fruits number 2 is now equal to cherries. Apple, banana, cherries, watermelon, strawberries. So it became cherries this time. So you can see that would work. If I made it 0, it would change apple to cherries there. And instead of 5, the highest we can go is 4. Yeah. I think that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.